quietly next to him, kissed him softly on the forehead, and sang him the very same lullaby that he would sweetly sing to her after his violent visits, in hopes that maybe she would just sleep, not cry through the light. Over the years between rescue and revelation, Sinbeard became more than just a mentor. She was becoming young Sarah's guiding light, her mother figure, her sister, and her very best friend. She learned to read her opponent's movements, to anticipate and strike when least expected. As the years passed, their bond grew and forged in tempered iron. Through so many shared lessons, shared laughter, and shared hardships, they became more than each other's family stolen. Sinbeard's teachings were not just practical skills. She also taught Sarah the art and simple fun of folly, in finding joy and laughter amidst the chaos of life in a broken world. She also began teaching her how to teach herself, some of the toughest lessons of all. Together they danced under the moonlight, drank rum and smoked plant while singing old sea shanties with the crew, shared countless tales of legendary pirates and mythical creatures, both real and imagined, that they would tell, retell, and overtell as often as possible. Sarah's admiration for Sinbeard was incomprehensible and boundless. But it was one very unexpected moment when Sarah was about 14 or 15 that an accidental interruption introduced a strange, new, complex layer to her feelings. After a very successful raid with the liberation of so many deserving, and the elimination of all those deserving the same, the crew was busy, blind, and drunk with vivacious celebration. The ship was filled with the happiest of hearty, juvenile, jovial laughter and screams, rowdy, raucous, endless cheers, homemade music lasting through the night. Sarah was slightly tossed and tired, but went looking for Sinbeard amongst the revelry. She couldn't remember seeing her all night. The last time they even crossed eyes was when swords were still crossing more than half a moon ago. Sarah then made what she would come to consider the greatest mistake of the rest of her life by accidentally walking into her captain's quarters unannounced. There she found Sinbeard, fresh from a bath, scented oils filling the space, her body bared, full and naked to the world. Sarah froze, her eyes wide, her cheeks lost. She had never seen Sinbeard in such a vulgar, private, but most of all naked state. Her captain, her mentor, her leader, oh, gods forgive, her mother figure, now instantly and suddenly appearing to her in a new, startlingly arousing and sensual light. She loved her, sure, and of course, but this felt so different. Sinbeard's strong, scarred, sculpted physique was a glimpse into some of her survived battles, her toned muscles demonstrating intense physical strength. These were just a few reminders of some of the attributes Sarah most admired in her. What seemed like an eternity later, she ducked back out of sight before Sinbeard had even noticed she was there. She may have accidentally, on purpose, right, possibly could have, let the door remain just the smallest bit open as she left, so that perhaps half one small eye might continue to enjoy this forbidden vision for just a few beats longer. Her eyes lingered much longer than they should have. A strange mix of feelings rushed over her. She was already a confused mass of intoxication, excitement, and arousal when she heard it, but she almost jumped out of her skin as she realized There was another voice in the night that was neither hers nor that of Sinbeard, but of Sarosa, the witch over wizards. She considered her a sister and a friend, but Rosa walked past the small opening left in the door that Sarah just couldn't pull her eye away from. She was also without any clothing and dripping wet as if fresh from a bath before towel. Rosa was just a few years older than Sarah, but in all the right ways and in all the right places. She was known as a she only because most often that is what she preferred to be. You see, Sarosa was known as the witch over wizards because she was able to transform her form and morph into earth anytime she wanted to be a man. Sarah had seen this many times before, of course, but never without clothing and while entertaining her captain in private quarters. She also couldn't help experiencing those same strange feelings of arousal and flubbery heart she had just before, as these images forever embedded themselves into the most protected places of her forever memories of heart and mind.
Hey, 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 can Murph come out to play?
What did she say? Seize the day? Holy shit, are they about to roll in the hay? No way. Right now? Today? If I keep watching, does that make me gay? What if only Murph will stay? That should be okay, right? Well, what do you say?
The voices in Sarah's racing mind argued with one another. It was then that Murph appeared.
Sabrosa, no more. Go, lock the door as I morph into Murph and give you what for,
cried the beautiful naked witch. Almost in slow motion, it seemed, the transformation began, and Sarah drank in every drop with her one peeping eye, as supple breasts turned to chiseled chest, and down below, well, all the rest. Not that she had seen many, well, really any, before, as most that abused her just went in the back door, but Sabrosa, now morphed into Murph, was a powerful whore, something she had never seen before. Time to leave, she thought, before I get caught and find out what lore might be in store for peeping through this open door. She left, quickly and quietly, the image of naked Sinbeard and Sabrosa burning in her mind, but ultimately Murph with his sword to slay dragons now forever seared. Any time the memory surfaced, she would quickly push it down, confusing and conflicting feelings swirling within her for all involved. As Sarah grew older, even after becoming Seraphina, she never spoke of that day, never shared the strange mix of feelings that had washed over and through her. Yet it remained with her, a silent acknowledgement of the complex, layered relationships that she shared with Sinbeard. Through Sinbeard's teaching, Seraphina grew from a scared little girl into a formidable young woman. Their bond, forged in the heart of the stormy seas, was unbreakable. Their shared experiences, shaping them, bringing them closer with each other in each passing year. Years later, when Sarah opened her gift from Sinbeard and experienced her first pleasurable touch, her mind was filled with the secret details from her young life. Flashing back to these moments is what pushed her over the edge of climax into full release. Sinbeard sacrificing her privacy for a lesson learned better nowhere else.